We finally reached the finale.
That's it?
That's it. That's it.
Hello everyone, welcome to Was It Good? My name is Bob, and today I'm going to be giving my impressions of episode 10 of Shogun, A Dream of a Dream, as well as giving my overall review of the series. Now, when Shogun first came out and I started watching, I thought to myself, this is the type of show that I've been waiting to see on television.
Amen. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, the question is, would the show be able to stick the landing? And now that I've seen the entire show, what did I think of the finale and what did I think of the show as a whole? Now, I'm going to keep this review spoiler free for the episode, and I'm going to be just giving general thoughts when it comes to the show overall. So if you haven't seen the episode or you haven't seen the show, this will be spoiler free. Now, if you have seen the episode and you've seen the show, why don't you go ahead and let me know what you thought about it? Why don't you go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below and share your thoughts? Now, remember, these are just my thoughts, so if you disagree with me, that's fine. All I ask is that when you leave a comment, let's not be disagreeable. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. As an episode, I found it to be very compelling and I like the way things played out. However, as a series finale, I do think it's going to have a lot of split reactions. Now, just a quick synopsis of the episode. In the wake of a tragic death, Blackthorn is faced with the truth of Lord Toranaga's plans. Now, I think there's a lot of good things about this episode. For example, it is very well written. I also like the fact that you see the completion of several story arcs. I also like that you see the depth of one of the characters' plans as it's all played out. And I think there are several great character moments. For example, I think there's a great character moment between Yabushigi and Toranaga. And I also like the interaction that you see between Blackthorn and Fuji. But when it comes to this being a series finale, I gotta say that I found myself
Disappointed.
See, for the whole show, I felt like the show was just building up to something big. It was like the show was telling me,
Oh yeah? Watch this.
and then it ended without that big event, and I was like,
Where's the rest?
and because I didn't get that big event, I did find myself disappointed. Now, I do think there are going to be those that absolutely love the way that it ended. They're going to think that this was probably closer to the way that the show was as a whole. So I can understand that. It's just for me, I did find myself disappointed. Now, what did I think of the show as a whole once I take the ending into account? And I gotta say, for the series as a whole, I thought the plot was still very good despite the ending. Yes, I was disappointed in it, but like I said, it probably was closer in tone to what the rest of the show was. Now, I do think that this whole show was very well written with some great character arcs. I also like the fact that our characters' motivations are fleshed out. I also think that the actions that they do make sense for the character. Like, you don't see characters doing stupid things that don't make sense for the character. I actually think that all of their actions were justified in the writing. Also, I thought that the show had an authentic feel when it comes to the language barrier because several of the characters are speaking Japanese throughout, where you have others speaking English and you do find out that it's Portuguese. I also like the fact that at the end of the day, the way that the plot is fleshed out, it has this grand epic feel to it, which we haven't seen on television since probably House of the Dragon. So I did like that grand epic feel. And overall, I thought this was a very good plot. To say that the acting was incredible throughout the show would be an understatement because the actors and actresses who played both our leads and the supporting characters all did a tremendous job in their roles. Hiroyuki Sanada as Lord Toranaga is easily the highlight of the show. His character's cunning, ambitious, and he's extremely gifted at reading situations. And I do think that the actor has a screen presence that shows through every action and line that he delivers. Again, he is the highlight of the show. Anna Sawai as Mariko, she delivers a great performance. She's very graceful in the role, and she's able to demonstrate both loyalty to her lord as well as pain that she feels throughout her past, and I think she did a great job. Cosmo Jarvis is John Blackthorn. I enjoyed his character arc, and the actor was able to successfully convey the character's ambitions and how the character changed throughout the show. And there were several other highlights. For example, the actor who played Yabushigi and the actress who played Fuji, both of them were great. Everybody else throughout the show was really good. So again, acting was absolutely incredible. This is arguably the best looking show on television, and if it's not the best looking, it's definitely the best looking new show on television. I found that there was no bad CGI in this, as The show made use of a lot of practical effects. The costumes themselves are very well designed. And if you actually watch the behind the scenes featurette, you can see how much work and detail actually went into them. The sets I thought looked very good, and they actually had a different feel as you went from location to location. And easily the cinematography is some of the best that I've seen on television, as the action sequences were well captured, the locations looked very good, and just the character moments themselves I thought were well captured on film. Overall, like I said, this is easily one of the best looking shows on television. I did find myself fully engaged in the show each and every week, and I was looking forward to each new episode as it came out. I would even go online to look up theories to see what might happen, so I was very interested in it. Now, was it good? Yeah, I do think this was a very good show, and even despite the ending where I was a little bit disappointed, I do think it probably does fit more in line of what the rest of the show was, and maybe with some different expectations, I probably would have enjoyed the ending a little bit more, because there actually is a lot to like in that ending episode. I am sad to say that this show is ending, and I do think it's one of the better written shows on television, and I do think it's worth watching. Now, if you're still watching this long, I'd like to thank you for sticking around with me. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested, I do have another YouTube channel with a couple of my friends where we put on a show called Dad's Turn to Talk. This is a show where we three dads can get together, just talk about the things that we want to talk about, whether it's sports or movies, and have a little bit of fun at each other's expense. So I'll put the link for that channel in the description below. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.